mind you, you know, as a content creator, when you sign, you know, saying art releases, you kind of already like, you know, saying regulate the work because like you have ownership to the work.
Okay.
I still deleted the video. I deleted everything. But then when this came out, because she didn't make the money she wanted, she was saying pretty much she wanted to come up with a story. And also, I had proof of everything as well to that.
Aiden, I know you're going somewhere with that. I'm letting you lead the show, but Adam 22 is also in the porn industry. He's got to hop on. He could probably vet this a little bit more than me because Adam is doing the porn.
Yeah. Well, I don't want you to leave so far. You know, Danae wants to join and tell her side. I understand you don't want to be here for that.
We're here today. All
right, so we'll interview Danae, and then we'll interview Danae right now, and then you and I will interview both of them tomorrow. I think that you guys, once you have your test results and you want to come back and show them to Danae and you, me, and Akedmics in the world, I think that's what we do. I think as of right now, we just have to wait on these results to come back. Can you hear me?
Okay, bet. I bet. Send me your number.
We will. Tomorrow, then we will add you in, alright, man?
Alright,
I'm gonna add Danae in here. Hey, Prismel, can you please give me rules?
That's crazy how they do all this junk through on Discord, bless.
What do you think, bro?
I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. So, and this I was calling you way earlier when I initially said I wanted to be a part of this. I felt like I knew what his angle was gonna be, and I think he's doing the angle. The girl that came out and said this, I don't know if she thought about it. I don't know if this is the name joining now, but she had to realize that the dude was not gonna come on here and be like, "Yo, of course I gave it to her."
Right.
If anything, he was gonna be like, "Yeah, that nasty bitch ordered from somebody else."
Of course
not. So again, you know, and this was the only part I wanted to ask. I'm not a journalist in that sense, but ask some question because I think he was gonna spin the public with them not knowing about like HSV2 in the sense of, yeah, you could seemingly not have it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And he came on here saying that he had a 2023 test, but he's talking about HSV1, right? And he's like, well, you know, everybody got like a cold sore. No, we're talking about genital herpes.
Correct.
So
HSV2, which is HSV2. Hey, hold on real quick. Hey, Danae, how are you?
I'm actually more than great now, actually. Thank you guys so much for giving me a platform to do this. I really am so grateful. You guys don't understand how much this has helped me with my situation. So I just want to express admiration. I know academics may not like OnlyFans models, but you are doing an amazing thing for us. I don't want to cry. I don't want to get emotional on here. I just want to state facts.
Okay.
Not enough.
Well, 100%. And again, it only makes sense to have you on. I obviously want to hear both sides. And, you know, I don't know, were you being sarcastic by saying thank you to platforming him, or were you actually being serious?
No, I'm being so serious.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of girls that have been in the same circumstances as me, and they just haven't conjured up the confidence. They didn't have the people around them to tell them, like, listen, it's okay that you went through this.
It says you're positive for HSV1.
Yes. My mother was like,
so what does that mean? What that means?
Full-fledged. I have friends that are behind me 100% waiting to drop videos and proof and everything like that. So it's just like, I really can't express my guys, like,
you not have herpes, it means you have.
So talk us through exactly everything. Let's go from the beginning. I want to know because obviously, you know, tomorrow his results come out, and yeah. I want to know like from the jump exactly, if you don't mind telling the story. For everyone that doesn't know, go ahead.
In Brittany's situation, I understand she is a victim.
Basically, I made Davis is not my victim. Gave me the opportunity
also to kind of backtrack on everything.
And there I broadcasted my personality. I made a name for myself through what you did and all the things and everything like that. And can I clear up this speculation real quick about the story? So me and Shay did have sex. Protected while we were on
just knowing how desperate she saw that, how eager she was. She said she didn't want to make fun of me.
2024. I did not know that I had been for a labor. I cannot give you the exact date yet. I have to go to Piedmont and get here and get that exact date so I can have that exact receipt for you. Right?
Okay.
The last time me and him had vaginal sex was November of 2023. So he does not have HSV.
You said vaginal sex. Did you guys later on have oral sex?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you guys have oral sex?
June.
Okay. A few months ago.
But overall,
Okay.
So again, there's gonna be a lot of sex education that's kind of have to be given to like the mass audience who just don't know. There's a lot of taboo stuff. So you said you contracted it from your knowledge in February. How could you prove, or how would you be able to prove when you contracted it? Because from my understanding of that virus is that someone may have it for a unlimited amount of time, but might only know once they have an outbreak. So how did you know that you contracted it at that time, as opposed to maybe you had it all along and the symptoms presented itself at that time that you then went to the urgent care and got tested?
okay. So with collaborating with Gucci, Gucci was the first person I've ever seen an active lesion on, or a lesion ever in my life, with a sexual partner that I engaged with. A friend of mine, whenever I was in high school, contracted HSV, and I saw her lesions, but it looked nothing like his. It was brand new, it was not a healed sore or nothing. He was the first person I've ever had sex with that I saw something like that with. Not only that, a few days, my first time that I ever experienced any kind of irritant was 5 days after I first had sex with Gucci. On February 15th, I thought that I split open my vagina because whenever we were having sex, I couldn't finish because it hurt so bad. I literally thought that I split it open. It started bleeding and everything. I was so dry whenever everything happened. It literally was so confusing to me. And by then, I had already asked him what it was on his penis. No, I did not ask him the first time we had sex what it was on him. But it was his job as a person who knows, and I don't care what you say, Gucci, like, respectfully, you know that you lie. You have went over, ran yourself in circles on the stream all night.
Could we go through that portion, because he said you were aware of the open sore or cut or lesion. He said he had told you that, and you said, I watched some of your videos, you said that he had told you that he nicked himself while shaving his shaft, and he came on the stream to say, after that, because y'all filmed 5 scenes, and you can confirm or deny any of these things I'm saying, but I'm just stating what he said maybe while you were given fellatio, your teeth worsened the open cut that made it appear like that on the last video. What's your response to all that, man?
My response is that he did not say anything about his vision or his sore whenever we first engaged in sexual contact.
At all.
At all. It wasn't until February 14th.
Did you notice? Did you notice?
He said, "Did you notice it?"
My thought process whenever I was coming into it was, this is my first professional collab. The collaborations that I had prior were all romantic partners that I was comfortable enough to have sex with on camera. He was the first person that I ever had sex with that I did not know prior. And not only that, he was somebody that I was watching online and that I was fantasizing over for the longest. So whenever I got there, I assumed that it was a safe space.
What did you think it was? Because you did see it. So what did you think that it was?
I honestly, whenever
I can't right now.
I really didn't think much.
Cause I'm reacting to this video.
So what's crazy is the reason what made me ask is because I don't know if I can show videos anymore, right? But it changed. What it was the first day that I met him turned into 3 different things. You know, I didn't know what it was, what that was on his dick. At first, it was just one little circle, and you can see in the pictures that I posted in that black outfit, you can see that the lesion looked like one little scab. If you scroll over with me in the pink dress, that was the day, February 14th, the day that I asked. You can see that the lesion turned into 3 separate placements. I have to...
Just asking for clarification. So, when I was listening to him, maybe I don't know if Adin got a different conception of what he was saying, So this, you said y'all filmed several times. I thought it was the same day. You're saying this is over several days.
Yes, I filmed the first day we filmed 3 sets. 3 sets. So the one was the and then we filmed the black set with the black and the fishnets. And then we filmed another set in the same B&B with red. We filmed 3 sets that day. That day he invited me to fly out to Houston and spend the week with him. And I agreed. I packed up my bags, I packed up my Airbnb, and I literally flew out there. And there we filmed 2 sets. 3 actually. One was one in the red set, another one was while I had the pink dress on, and the other one was a threesome while we were drunk.
And she said she had a threesome and
in
everything.
Houston that you said, hey, your penis looked like this the first night, but now you're noticing some difference. That's the reason, right?
That's not exactly what I said, no. That's not how it went. I literally, whenever I was laying there, I noticed, because over time, I
Nah, the girl on here now. You gotta go to my stream.
Like, put his hand down there. Now I know he was itching.
So he was itching out. You saw him itching. You saw him start to itch it.
I saw him put his hand down there and fix himself, and now I know that that's a discreet way to scratch your herpes sore.
Got it.
So,
Damn, she said he was scratching.
what is that on your dick? I didn't say, oh, it changed over time. No. I just said, what is that on your dick? He said, oh, I
She said, what is that on your dick?
Oh, that's crazy. But Adin, I completely believe you whenever you say that you get hair on your dick.
Bro, go to my stream, bro.
That had hair on his dick.
Yes.
So whenever I heard, I was like, no, I've met a man that had hair on his dick before. And I know it's very rare because I've had sexual partners, numerous sexual partners in the past. There's only one man that I came into contact with that had that, but it's still possible. And then you guys can get a doctor to come on here.
She said I done had men that had hair on their dick, and then one of them never had no shit like that on their dick.
Maybe.
And she said every time one bro
I understand.
on my YouTube.
So you're like, you're thinking like, oh, there's no way. He's one of the biggest porn stars in the game. There's no
I'm talking
way he
about
could have
Gucci.
that. Got it.
I'm 19 years old. This is my first collaboration. I didn't even know that I was supposed to go to talent testing or clear. Bianca Blue, actually, the person that you brought up here, I actually had a conversation with her a little bit afterwards. I would have to check what date it was, but I already told her that he had herpes. She was there the night before I linked up with him. If we compare dates, she was there the night before. If not, she was there 2 nights before.
Damn, so she straight up saying that bitch Bianca Blue got the shit
Do you
too.
believe he had sex with her during that time?
He had sex with her while he had that outbreak, but she didn't see it. She told me herself she didn't see it, even whenever we spoke about it. And I showed her the videos. She actually saw more videos than the rest of the world saw. She was like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? She even confirmed to me, yeah, that looks like herpes. That's why she's not going to sit up and say,
what?
I don't think he has herpes. She's not going to say it. She's not going to corroborate the story. Because she knows what I told her. Back whenever I was still devastated.
I didn't know that was her first
Do you think she got
collab
paid
ever.
off, or did she just keeping her mouth shut for a specific reason? Why would she say otherwise?
I have no idea. I don't know this girl from really.
I did not know that.
Somebody that I wasn't aware because she wasn't.
She 19. She said she 19 first collab ever.
HSV. I actually reached out to numerous porn stars. I met some porn stars in person, like on a whim, randomly, and I told them my story. This story was not necessarily a secret amongst the porn community.
She said this shit wasn't no secret. She was telling the porn community.
I told as many people as I could. It just didn't get far anymore.
Got it.
I have a theory, and I got.
Yeah, he said he ain't trying to talk with her tonight, but he'll talk with her tomorrow on live.
So, if what you're saying is right, and even about this
They're doing it on A Law tomorrow.
and she might have been exposed to it. Who knows if she did contract the virus, or who knows if she had the virus already, because we all know how the virus presents itself. I think the question here also becomes, because I have a theory that there's, and that's why I asked him, I said, how many people do you think are in this industry, especially of OnlyFans, that you think might have the virus, that might just like to say, hey, okay, you know, Danae wants to shoot with me, I'm having an outbreak, I'm going to tell her next week when I'm good, or 2 weeks, whatever the time is. I feel like you're the most vocal person that's out there, and here's the question: why did you out it? And do you think that there are people that are being silent because there's almost a scarlet letter on you right now, while other people are like, yeah, he gave me the joint too, but I'm gonna keep it low because I'm still gonna be able to work.
Right.
Now, when people think of you, they instantly think of that.
Mm-hmm. So basically, it was built up over time. Whenever I first contracted the virus, I really did want to speak out, but because of the people around me, the people I was messing with and everything like that, they didn't want, like what's going on right now, they didn't want the world to think they had herpes too, because I had herpes. So I was really saving other people's asses that I was around, and also I was also way too afraid to just come out because OnlyFans is my main source of income. I am the breadwinner in my family. Even at 19, 20 years old, I was still the breadwinner in my family. My mom.
But she said OnlyFans is her number one source. Like that's crazy.
Going out and saying, oh yeah, victims of sexual assault, victims of things like this, don't just come out blatantly immediately. Even whenever I wanted to, didn't mean that I was going to go into it. So it was just something in my heart that I knew that I wanted to do.
So you speaking up now, what's changed, right? Obviously the whole world is, you're not about that. I want to let you know.
So how that shit go though? You can't get rid of that shit though.
Oh my God, you tell me what you're just about to say, go ahead.
Okay, so about a month ago, the only other man that I publicly had unprotected sex with after I caught herpes, touched money B, he does not have herpes either. He called me. He was like, I need to let you know something that's been weighing on me. There's another girl saying that Gucci gave her herpes, but she's not going to come out and say it. It's this white girl, and I don't necessarily want to say her name. I don't want to.
She said it's another. That's a white girl. A dude said a white girl said Gucci gave her herpes.
He already gave somebody else herpes, right? And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I was right.
So what the outbreak is just random?
And then after that, he had a collaboration that I noticed, and she's some porn star's baby mother or something like that. And I noticed that she quit OnlyFans after working with him. That's another thing that I noticed. And then he posted a collaboration with a girl that I was mutually associated with online. She was another girl that I was afraid possibly got exposed to HSV2, and at that time, it was to the point where
yeah, that's what he said.
I felt like if I found out another girl caught it after me,
stop, it's not her.
And if I'm being honest, it has happened, and there are people that they know that it was him. But as far as their careers, they're not willing to jeopardize their careers.
She saying it's people that know that they got it from him, like other females, but they ain't gonna speak on it.
I'm sure everybody is watching what's going on, how people are.
She said other people ain't gonna speak on it, bro.
These girls don't want to be publicly humiliated. There are other women that are too afraid to speak up, and eventually, after this live stream, I have a really good feeling that they might come out and say what they need to say. But that's basically
real quick. How many girls would you say that are that have associated themselves with Gucci that you think may have it?
That I think, or that I know.
That you know so far.
Damn, she said think or know.
Allegedly no, whatever, because I don't necessarily know if these girls are completely telling the truth, but I do believe them. Right now, I have 3 people confirmed that are telling me that they got it from him and tested positive after they collabed with him. All of which are on the fence about pressing charges. But
She said they thinking about pressing charges.
Just because he did try to just say that weird stuff about, oh yeah, she probably gave it to me. So I'm gonna go on my quest diagnostics. Mind you, I did not know about trauma testing or clear whenever this happened. So I'm gonna log in because this man for some reason didn't want to show himself logging in. Little reminder, if you go on Twitter, you'll see that he was known whenever his name was Mandingo Gucci for faking his test results. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind.
Wow.
She said he known for faking his test results. That his name used to be Mandingo Gucci.
But I will show you that. March 1st,
That's crazy
2024,
word.
I was still negative for HSV2 and HSV1.
And then you have, and then what was the date that you
She
tested
said he
positive
did.
for it?
I can't tell you yet. As soon as I called, because I called the place, I did not get an actual.
Okay.
I didn't get on here. I got a phone call that I tested positive for.
Okay. Sure.
I don't know what this is. But
someone said, can you ask about the melt situation? Did you? Because I know who melt is. Is that somebody that you had sex with not knowing that you had HSV2, or what happened with that?
Well, respectfully, I really didn't want to talk about that man because he is clout chasing. He's actually started to earn a lot of bridges with people in the industry for some reason.
Okay.
I'm not really sure why.
So I wanted to, hold
on. She got it right here. Let's see.
Okay, so we're gonna scroll to 3/1/24.
Yep.
View.
Okay.
So
She's on her test results,
we're
y'all.
gonna go to HSV1 and 2. I was still negative
Got it.
for both.
Got it.
3/1/24. Gucci, if you get that positive result tomorrow, you do not get it from me, respectfully. But
how much do you trust that he's going to his private physician rather than one of these industry standards? He said he's going to a private physician, so he's going to have to share his results rather than something that can be verified, or something that's more industry standard. What do you just tell us about that?
Who's guilty, John?
my thoughts are he's been literally
Somebody's
documented as liar. Like there are numerous accounts saying that he's lied to people's faces. So I don't trust him in the slightest bit. Not a word that this man says anymore I will ever believe unless
Not a word that he said. She don't
not
trust.
only him, but a third party that has nothing to do with his personal life. Nothing. That is the only time I will believe that anything that comes out of his mouth. I know that
Danae, are you going to continue to be doing OnlyFans and content like that? To that matter, are you going to continue to do so even though you tested positive for HSV2? I just want to know, what does the future look like for you?
So as far as collaborations, I've stopped for months. The last collaboration that I had was with Touch Money a couple months ago. I think it was about 3 months ago. I have not done an actual sexual collaboration in a couple months. I do not plan on continuing collabs. I do plan on keeping my OnlyFans up, and I may drop content if I choose to, but that is now something that I do want to leave behind because it has caused some trauma in my life. And I also...
Can I ask you about the last collab? You said the last collab with Touch Money V. That was after you reportedly contracted the virus. Were you upfront with him
So
saying,
she
listen, I got this? Or did you not know yet? And
She told the dude she had the virus and he still did it.
I was completely aware that I had HSV, and not only that, I was telling people.
Touch Money V.
I came in contact with Touch Money V. He was already mutual friends with people who were talking about it in front of him, that I caught HSV2 from Gucci. So he hit me up in my DM, texted me, told me that he wanted to collab with me, and he was like, but I have a couple questions. I didn't even tell him about my HSV2 diagnosis. He asked me, hey, I heard this. Is this true?
Wow.
And I told him yes. And then afterwards, he still decided like he wanted to still collaborate. He was completely aware. I even told him to make himself completely comfortable because he was in his head at the time. He even called his doctor himself, and his doctor told him that if she doesn't have an outbreak or is about to get an outbreak, the chances of you catching HSV2 is low. It's actually down to 10%. Even if I'm like, if it's a viral shedding episode, it is still low at 10%.
Got you. Sorry, I said one
So how you know when a girl have an outbreak? You gonna see it just like on the dude?
The Matt situation, who's Matt, and what's the situation regarding Matt?
Who's Matt?
So much plot types. Something about he ate your ass.
Damn. So it's like what?
Okay.
Like she said, Gucci was scratching his shit on the
He
slide all the
literally ate
time.
my ass in January or February before I collabed with Gucci. I never had sex with Mel again. I never even seen Mel again after I freaking collab with Gucci. He is completely in the clear of HSV. He's literally just talking about how I got karma for telling people that he had masked. I have this girl that you guys were also addressing earlier about her being a content creator, or he said that it was collaboration. She's calling me right now. Can I answer?
Yes, you can.
I'm already knowing, fam.
Okay, so basically I'm on stream right now. Do you want to defend yourself, or do you want to say anything? They can hear you, just a warning.
They don't know who I am, right?
No, I'm not gonna. They only know your abbreviation. AAY.
Okay, so I mean, I was with him like last year, and I guess he had met him also, so he just now decided to release a video. And he told me, I'm gonna send you the video.
He told me I'm gonna send you the video.
So a few months later,
Hold on, girl, so I'm trying to hit it bit.
I cried, published the video, take it down. He published it, I think he sold it to some type of porn site, and it went viral, man. And I begged him for months to take the video down. Oh, you gotta talk to my management team, you gotta talk to them.
She said she begged him to take that bitch down. He went.
Long story short, I was just like, alright, I'm gonna get my lawyer involved. So he was just like, oh, I don't have time to do that, I'll take it down. He never took the video down until the other day. So then I told him, like, bro, I am pregnant. I can't be dealing with none of this shit that you're talking about. Like,
She pregnant? She got pregnant for him?
I go to the doctor every 2 weeks because I'm pregnant, and they take my blood, they take all my urine samples, they did anal swabs, they did vaginal swabs. Nothing came back, but it is just why you're orange.
Wow.
Yeah, they heard everything.
Hey, you said something on Twitter, so I want to ask how you rationalize it, right? Because Gucci says she might be a victim, she's not my victim. That's his statement. What you did say is that you are a victim, but you also said that you said it was your fault. And I think some people might have a hard time rationalizing what that means. If you're a victim, how could it be your fault, right? So how do you look at the entire situation, in the aftermath?
So I live my life trying to hold myself accountable in every situation that I'm in, whether or not I am the main problem or I'm the smallest problem. So I was always taught that, especially when I was young. I grew up around dysfunctional people. So you learn how to break generational curses as you get older. And so I can completely understand that I should have known as an OF creator and a quote-unquote 80 porn star what a herpes sore or a dried up herpes sore looks like, not to collaborate with somebody unless you get their full panel results. I completely understand that, but not only were me and Gucci collaborating, he also was speaking to me in a romantic manner, and he was making romantic gestures. So
I seen a video.
Covered now.
She got this nigga name tatted.
That much involved that you got his name tatted though? Because how old are you?
I was 19 at the time. I'm 20 now. I turned 20 in March. Like I found out I had babies.
If you tatted his
She
name,
had her name. She had his name tatted?
Yeah. We were like at first he was a very sweet guy. I got his name tatted 4 days into knowing it, and I know everybody's like,
Wow. 4 days into knowing him.
I know, obviously it's
Boy, he was knocking her bricks.
it was this big.
Bro, you're a grown-ass man asking if another dick is good.
No, because I gotta ask her why would she get his name tatted 4 days into me?
Because she liked them. They were like each other a lot.
It wasn't even just that. It was
That's not normal.
It's not normal, but I am not in a normal predicament. It was also content. He was telling me that he was going to be my content partner. He was telling me that we were going to keep consistently making content. This meeting was not, oh yeah, let's just collab and then part ways. No, the reason why I was in Houston, the reason why I was spending time in Houston was because he was going to become one of my romantic, like he was going to be my romantic partner.
Got it.
This was not just collaboration.
Got it.
And so I got it.
What the fuck is a romantic partner though?
It's kind of fucking ironic because while we're doing content, they're gonna see, oh yeah, this nigga.
I get it.
Yeah.
Basically, while she's sucking dick, it's gonna be like right here.
ask a few devil advocate questions just because, situations like this, you'll have people thinking like, right? So someone might say, well, maybe you and him fell out, and now you're just blaming anything you've contracted on him. Did you cover the tattoo after you found out, or did you guys fall out before? Because you clearly covered it, and you're just bringing your story to light now. So what happened? So you went there. I guess he sold you a dream. You guys are having sex. He's and I've heard this theory also said, right? They were like, hey, she's 19 and probably ignored safeguards because of the collab potential and what it could do for her career. Do you think that's true or not?
I know that's not true. I know that in the moment I just wasn't thinking, and also I would have expected somebody with herpes, especially in this field, to disclose their herpes diagnosis. And on top of that, with people thinking that I just said it was because I was mad, me and him stopped talking right before I found out that I had herpes. My gut was telling me to get away from this man, not only because of my health situation, but it was also this man that did not make me feel safe.
What does that mean? You could explain. Sorry.
So it is documented that this man has a tendency to be aggressive.
Has he hit you or pushed you or shoved you or anything like that?
It's not hit me, but he did grab my ear and scream in my face that I don't know who I'm messing with.
She said Gucci grabbed her hair by her hair and was like, you don't know who you're messing with.
Not the debate. The altercation, even though I was frozen, he was screaming at me, he was drunk, he was mad. Stuff happened that night that I don't necessarily want to get into because I would be bringing another person that does not need to be named in this situation. But my friend heard him threatening my life.
I have a question for you. Sorry, Danae. Someone asked me to ask you about there's a threesome that you guys had. Who is the other person involved in that threesome?
Respectfully, I don't want to talk about it because the girl no longer does content and the girl does not need to be addressed. I mean, me and her did have an altercation, and that's all I'm going to leave it at.
Okay.
That tensions were high that night.
Got you. Okay.
Damn, so Gucci had a threesome with him too.
I watched you on the 20v1. They say you were known, which, again, I'm playing devil's advocate here. They say you're known to beat up bitches. They say that's what they said about you. And matter of fact, you kind of, I want to shout out the YouTuber Sean something. I don't know if that was an old or new thing, but they said you were known to be aggressive yourself. So, you look nice and sweet here, but like, maybe you're aggressive as well.
I can definitely say that I have developed a name for myself for being able to fight, yes, but I only really get in altercations, physical altercations, whenever I feel like I am unsafe. Whenever somebody threatens me, I could take it there, but I'd rather not. I'd rather talk it out.
But Aiden them got so many views on this live, bro.
Just know that it is not just, I'm trying to be an aggressor.
They got 72,000.
I'm pretty sure if everything didn't happen.
Damn, they getting on DJ Akedmics.
With the Gucci situation, they vouch that anything that happened that night was because everything got out of hand. As far as the other two in the threesome, and I was in the middle.
Jealousy?
Just went off. I don't really want to talk about this.
Could you just give us like a broad timeline, because things seem to be unraveling really quickly. So you meet the guy, do a scene, he convinces you to come to Houston, you go to Houston with him pretty much the next day, do a couple more scenes, 4 days later you get his name tatted. When do you guys stop dealing with each other?
Yeah, like the absolute day, the last time that you guys actually.
Yeah, but because it seems like you guys have been messing around for more than like 30 days. It feels like this was like maybe a 2-week thing, right? My trip?
Oh, that's not the case. No, it was about a month.
Okay.
So basically, we officially stopped talking March 22nd, the day before my birthday. I started getting nightmares, and I started feeling really uneasy about this man.
She said she was getting nightmares about this nigga.
Something puts me off and turns me off, I'm kind of off. So me and him were kind of like going back and forth, not really talking up until that day and everything like that. And then my last message to him before I texted him another, basically after I found out, was never contact me again.
Okay. And then would you put under the net you'll never? Sorry, under that you put something. Would you put?
I don't know if I'm supposed to read that. Well, I said you will reap what you sow. You know what you did, and one day God will handle you. You knew I wouldn't find out till later. I wonder how many others there were. You're sick and don't deserve your name, because his name means God is worthy to be praised. Although I told him. So I.
Gucci3rdLeg means what? Wait, hold on. What?
That's what he told me the definition of his name is. I did meet another Nigerian man that told me that that's not what it meant, but it does still have relation to God. But basically I said, like,
bro, this shit is really crazy.
The white girl?
My collab.
She said she can't. Nah, they asked Gucci about that. He said he can't speak on it.
Is this shit not crazy?
That I had sex with Rock. Can you turn off the live stream in the background, please? Yeah, I'm still on stream. You're actually, they're all listening to you right now. You want to say something? I'm saying that you don't have herpes. Clear your name up.
Somebody said something about a white girl. What is that?
Oh, they talking about the white girl right now.
Remember when we were on FaceTime that day and you told me that you heard that a white girl was going around saying that he gave her herpes?
Oh, okay. That gets scary because, whoa, I never, did anything else. It's, I didn't even, got more of the story. The girl was yeah, he gave it to her spring break in Miami. But my homeboy, he tripping. He said some other shit. He said the white bitch with herpes. So I was like, but he said you telling live stream that. So I'm like, whoa, wait.
Yeah, well, thanks for helping me out, love.
But yeah, handle that.
Alright. So yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna ask another. Again, I know you also probably have the OnlyFans community who are probably tuned in for this. So I don't want them to think that I'm trying to ask questions to fuck you up. But I want to ask questions that that you're not gonna see responses to this on Twitter.
Chat, nobody cares,
here. Some people are gonna be like, okay, why go to the internet rather than go to because
chat? No, we didn't. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Obviously, if you are infected with something and you're intentionally spreading it and you're not disclosing it to people, that could be a crime, right? And you mentioned other people are thinking about pressing charges. Why didn't you choose that route?
Okay, so I had people in my ear scaring me, telling me that it's not gonna work. You're not gonna be able to charge him. And I'm not worried about having this be a civil case. I don't want his money. I couldn't care less how much money he made off of me or any other girls. I want this man registered as a sex offender. I want him in jail. What he's done.
She said, "I want him in jail. I want him registered as a sex offender."
Definitely, to me, deserves to be in jail. And I honestly have seen the justice system fail people time and time again. It's like this case with the guy that got prosecuted and murdered for a murder he didn't even commit.
Y'all being so fucking weird, bro. Y'all think shit's a joke, bro. My life shit's scary as fuck. Y'all weird as fuck. I'm about to call. I'll be back in 10 seconds.
All I had was the negative result on March 1st. But as far as the other stuff, I wasn't sure that I would win. But
did you talk so? Or at least try to contact him?
No.
Are you thinking about doing that or no?
Yes, for sure.
Damn.
Especially after this one.
She said, especially after
what do you think he was going to say
tonight?
Get that obviously, this is the first time he was going to speak. Do you think, in any part of your mind, do you think he was going to admit it, maybe issue an apology, or do you think he was going to kind of like gaslight it and just be like, yo, he a victim, not my victim?
That was even, I'm not gonna lie, he surprised the freak out of me. I'm not going to hold you. As far as saying that he has HSV1 but not HSV2, oh, you are creative. What else? Him saying that I'm not his victim, rubbed me a bit weird. I didn't expect him to really name drop or really address me at all. I thought he was going to address the things like the rape allegations that are pinned against him, the allegations of him faking his test results, all that other stuff. I didn't think that he was actually going to talk about me because he knows what he did. But
Do you think he ruined your life?
no. As far as ruined it, he did drastically change my life. He did cause a lot of trauma, a lot of emotional instability, and a lot of things going on. But I personally don't feel like anybody's life can be ruined from having herpes. Herpes is definitely lifelong.
I said because I watched the videos of
that nigga said you think he fucked your life up.
And I was just like, you know, again, I feel like there's maybe other women who are, for whatever they're thinking about their career, they're like, oh, I'm going to be quiet. And for you, just emotionally, you couldn't be quiet because you felt it was affecting you just mentally and maybe even physically as well, that you felt you had to speak out. So I was wondering where you were.
It definitely affected me.
Chad, nobody fucking says Scott Green fucking retarded. She don't got it, you know?
Because it has taught me to be more healthy. It's taught me to establish boundaries in my life. It has taught me to be more safe. It has made me get more educated on several different STDs. And I honestly believe that whenever you contract a virus like this or any virus,
that shit's so weird, Chad. Y'all being weird.
Literally free yourself from burdens, mental burdens, physical burdens by just having optimism.
They were saying that a girl from Interlochen had fucked them.
I don't feel like did I feel like he ruined my life whenever it first happened?
It was a video going viral on Facebook. They said her name like Tati.
No, I was gonna ask, was this the first STD you've ever contracted?
No.
Okay. But the first incurable one?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about him saying that he quit? He says after his test came back, he's putting his jersey into the rafters and he's quitting the porn or OnlyFans game. And he says he might even delete his channel.
No, I had seen
so, you know, I'm guessing he has videos with you and him. He might delete those. I don't know if that'll give you some type of mental peace.
So, y'all don't think it's a little suspicious? Not fishy at all? This man his career was completely fine before his allegations came out. And then now that things are out about him.
Well, I thought it was a joke when he told me he was promoting a crypto NFT with condoms. That's the craziest thing. That means he's. Hey, look, I'm not fucking trying to. But that's crazy. Like, NFT fucking condom promotion is crazy. I mean, for wiring out, like, bro, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Now you want to use condoms? Now you want to promote condoms, man?
Black girl.
But look, one thing I do think that's a bit sus.
So if you got on the condom, can you still pass?
I think like you're coming in with the facts. I would love to see you guys on the same panel together. Tomorrow he wants to do. Tomorrow he's going to show the results live on stream with me and Ak. I hope that you come and do that tomorrow. I just don't really. I don't know. Ak, what are you thinking?
Listen. This is what I mean, right? I believe that Gucci might have it, but he's in denial that he gave it to her. Right? So, in a way to cope, it's like saying, hey, if I got it, and he probably, one thing, and that's why when I was asking him questions, he wasn't that clear on, even though he said, oh, we get tested every 2 weeks, but then he said, well, I had outdated tests. So he probably didn't know when he contracted it. And I think it's probably a better coping mechanism to be like, well, if you have it, you gave it to me, rather than you've been having it but neglecting your health, so you've been giving it to people, right? And I think the timing of the, oh, I quit or I'm retiring, like, come on, bro. This nigga think he's like, run? You know what I mean? But, hey, you know what I mean? You know, I don't think this would have happened if you didn't speak out. And one thing I've realized about the OnlyFans like game is like it seems more of a hustle more than a profession because it feels like people are in it for the quick buck as opposed to realizing that hey, this is supposed to be a community like the porn community is, at least LA porn community, where like hey, if you know half of these chicks, and again I don't hate OnlyFans moms at all, really. It's just that half of these chicks are fucking random rappers and athletes who are fucking everybody, right? It's kind of unsafe. So like something like this is bound to happen. I think you're gonna be the poster child, and he's gonna be the poster child for people to realize that yeah, for the quick buck you made, you might, you know, like again, you're 20 years old and you contracted something that you can never get rid of. You're gonna have to be coping with it, right? And you know, it's put like a microscope on that. It's put a microscope on that industry that hopefully you know there's some changes that happen.
And that was literally the intention. I didn't want to hear another person come out and say, yeah, I got herpes from Gucci3rdLeg. I got herpes from a porn collab. I feel like just because it is so prevalent in the population does not mean that a porn star should have herpes and not disclose to their partner or their collaboration that they don't have it. Respectfully, I feel like morally, if you have come in contact with any kind of disease, disclosing is the most important thing to do. Let that person know that there's a risk of you contracting something with having sex. You know, but a lot of people aren't comfortable. A lot of people aren't ready for rejection. A lot of people aren't, because I know women and models that have contracted HSV in the porn industry that it wasn't from Gucci. It was from whenever they first started 6 years ago, 10 years ago. And they just don't know who it was because they might have had a full group scene or they fucked a couple people that day. You know?
I want to ask you a question. For someone that wants to know if they have HSV2 or not, what's the correct way of doing it, also proving to the world that they don't have it?
So honestly, it's none of the world's business, first off. It's none of anybody's business other than the person that you are going to be having sex with. Just to make that clear. As far as figuring out if you have HSV or herpes in general, honestly, everybody has the gene. Everybody has it in their system. It's just whether or not it's activated. As you can see whenever I showed my result, there was a number on that green box that I had. It said less than 0.9. That means yes, it's in my system. No, it's not active. No, I cannot give it to anybody. No, I will not receive an outbreak. If you have HSV 1 or 2 and you're not experiencing symptoms, honestly, healthcare providers do not suggest that you go get tested because you could scare yourself. You could scare yourself into thinking that you have something and that you're going to have to deal with something lifelong that would probably never come up and never be contagious ever in your life. As far as getting tested, I feel like you should get tested if you have symptoms. If you have something like an outbreak, if you have discomfort, if you have itchiness, if there are symptoms, go get tested. But if not, I mean, herpes is literally something that isn't life-threatening for real.
So it's overrated, basically.
Of course, the stigma is way too high. People think that you're dirty just because you have herpes. I literally know somebody personally that caught herpes their first body. The first time they ever had sex was the first time they ever contributed, whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Contracted.
There it is. I do know how to say that, but it doesn't come to mind. Contracted it without having multiple sex partners. It was the first time they were deceived. Things like this is sexual assault. It's sexual violence.
If you do decide to keep doing your OnlyFans and keep having sex on OnlyFans, are you? I'm obviously there to know, but I'm saying, are you going to be using protection now? Are you not going to be using protection? What does your future content look like?
So my future content is really gonna kind of be solo content. I haven't necessarily been into the whole collaboration. If I do post a porno or anything like that, it's going to be a romantic partner, somebody that I'm actually involved with. Again, after I caught HSV, I started to respect myself more, if I'm being completely honest. I stopped having just random ass sex as often as I would before.
I don't mean to cut you, but is that also like maybe, for the young girls who are watching,
She
you
said,
said after you caught
she
this
started to
STD
respect
going on,
herself
you
more
started
after
to
she
respect
after
yourself
she
even
caught
more.
on the virus.
Do you think that that's part of, because again, this whole collab thing, and really what I think is that I think if Homie got it, he probably was collabing with smaller creators, knowing that maybe I don't have the leverage of saying certain shit or asking him for certain shit, and y'all are just thinking about the collab opportunity, right? So like, that gotta be a bold move to know you got a big ass bump on your shit and be like, we still doing the shit and we filming it in 4K, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of predators go for people that don't have a lot of knowledge, don't have a lot of experience, and go for people that won't necessarily catch on.
Today, Rob Suno, they say that you had a previous relationship with, I don't know what that is right now, were you guys having, I don't want to get involved in your guys' private life, but is that somebody that, did you know at the time that you had HSV2 when you were with that person?
He knows that I have HSV, but I don't feel like it's anybody's business whether or not I had sex with him or not.
True, fair enough. Yeah, it's your guys' own relationship, I agree. But he knew.
But he does know that I had it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that I've met in person, even if we didn't have a sexual relationship or not, know that I have HSV2. It's not secret.
Mm-hmm. And by the way,
bro, that shit.
Again, Gucci3rdLeg, the name is so crazy. So Gucci3rdLeg says he's going to present his results on stream tomorrow. If he is indeed negative, will you give him an apology? And also, by the way, he says he is flirting with the idea of pursuing legal action because you essentially have labeled him as someone that has an STD that's passed it out. I don't know if that's what's nudging him to
they said
retire,
tomorrow he gonna post his
saying
paperwork and he gonna say that he don't got it. Like if he said that.
Some legal action about how you've spoken about him.
I mean, that's fine. If he wants to take legal action, I'm not. Does it look like my hand is shaking? I'm not at all scared of that. He can do whatever he needs to do to prove his case. I won't apologize because I came face to face with exactly what infected me. I'm not.
That's crazy though. How like she really called it out. Like
real results.
People did not be calling that shit out though.
Is that if he was on medication for long enough, he could become undetectable after being on medication for a specific amount of time. So I just want everybody to keep that in mind. But
wait, so you're saying that if he were to actually have HSV2 but he was on medication, it won't show up in a blood test?
If he was on medication for a prolonged period of time and he was undergoing treatment to make sure it's undetectable, yes, he could come up with a negative result. That happens. It's the same with HIV. You could be diagnosed with HIV 1 year and then 2 years later it's undetectable.
And how do you do that?
Medication.
Gotcha.
And by the way, does it make, because once all of this happened, and I'm wondering how you feel as a person. Like I really want to know like your reaction to, like I seen one of my friends, Silky, like he's like, yo, she DM'd me, like, but he's like, yo, I dodged the bullet. I see there was a porn star, Lil D. Pause on that, by the way. He came out and said, yo, I only took a picture with her. Like people are almost treating you like, yo, they have to speak up to say they never had sex with you, or if they did, was way before. Does that make you feel a little bit hurt that people are speaking about you like, like they wouldn't want to touch you with a 10-foot pole, or, oh, I'm glad nothing happened, like they dodged the bullet, like they're speaking about you like that?
I really can put myself in other people's shoes. As far as Silky goes, I DM'd him after I saw the clip of him showing that he dodged a bullet. I literally, my management told me to hit him up to see if I could go on stream. I've been on several streams, time and time again, with Kai Cenat, Shay Frost, V Boogie, all them people. Like, I've been on streams. I was just trying to see if I could go on the stream. Yes, he's an attractive man, but again, after I caught HSV, I slowed the fuck down.
You fucked up?
No.
So you're saying as soon as you got HSV2, you knew that.
That nigga DJ Akedmics
when you were
knows
like,
it,
I'm gonna take a
boy.
step back and stop
That nigga
basically
said
having
you
sex
fuck
so
Cosby.
easily. It's not. You kind of like I guess you could say you kind of like mature
She
in your
said,
sexual
no,
life.
you heard me,
It's like when
Bless?
you caught it, you kind of had like a reality check.
110%. And I feel like that's like a sign again to get into spirituality. It's a sign from divine to me that it was time to slow down, because even though I'm saying respect myself, OnlyFans models doing OnlyFans right now, it's not that they don't respect themselves. Mind you, like Akedmics said, it's a hustle. For me, it's rooted in things far more deeper than just a hustle. So for me, it was me disrespecting myself in a way, and I had to heal from that trauma. I had to self-explore, and I had to get to the root of things. But I definitely
After you went down the realm of religion or spirituality, it felt like it was an awakening moment for you. Have you got into church, reading the Bible? Like, what have you been doing?
So I actually did buy my first Bible 2 months ago. Did I get through the whole thing? Gonna be honest, no. I've kind of always been on the border of religious and not. My mom was atheist, my dad was Christian, so you can only imagine what kind of household I was brought up in. I really started my spiritual journey whenever I was 15, after some things happened to me. And from there, I feel like I've just gotten closer and closer with first myself and Most High. And I honestly think that whenever I caught herpes, it was a time where it was just like, I was so excited for how much money that I was bringing in, especially after the Shea Frost show and everything like that. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, money's looking great, let me keep going. And then God was like, wait, it's time to slow down with the fucking, because you just wild out.
Damn.
Right before you got all these blessings. And in order to keep this thing going, in order to use your energy in the best ways possible, I have to give you a wake-up call. And that was that.
I know this is kind of a personal question, but I'm curious. And the reason why I'm curious is two-pointer. How many bodies did you have before you caught, and then how many do you have after? And I just want to see where you're at with your sex life. And it's just anybody that also is worried about HSV2, and also you're doing this
I think it's how many bodies before this and how many after.
So how many bodies would you approximate you had before and then after you were contracted?
So, since everybody thinks I'm already nasty, bitch, I don't give a fuck about telling them my body count. So, Gucci was 44. Okay?
44? She 19!
God
damn.
So, during the time, and listen.
44 at 19?
Gucci, right? Before I found out that I had herpes, I wild the fuck out.
Look at that.
After Gucci, I caught. Let me go back.
Wait, hold on. By the way, wild the fuck out just for content, or you were just having fun having sex with random men?
I was literally like just having like protected this flings, you know, and I was very safe. Like, the only time that I was careless was with Gucci. As far as everybody else, people that weren't porn stars, I was overly conscious of everything that I was doing, you know. Condoms for head and sex. Not only that,
But she had 44 bodies, and none of that other stuff wasn't even content.
You didn't ask shit like that.
God damn.
I had sex with the Shea Frost before I fucked Gucci.
No, remember because you said you gave the Shea Frost oral sex in June.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like the spree that I had.
Boy, nosy boy, this shit crazy.
Got it.
Yeah, but,
By the way, just trying to fact check here. I know you clearly pinpointed to the Gucci situation, but you did mention 44 guys before him or including him. How many men did you have sex with? You said it was in February, January, and February. Did you know?
I didn't wild out until probably like a week and a half before I found out that I had herpes. So with that time frame keeping in mind, there's no way that I would have fucking tested positive for herpes from any of those men other than Gucci.
How many men?
So,
I look at your face like, I look at your face like, niggas.
Nah, it was just. I'm not good at math. Hold on, I gotta use my calculator.
What?
A calculator?
I'm not good at math.
Okay, use your calculator. Let's see where we're
To
at.
see how many dudes she fucked like within
Before
that.
I stopped, it was literally 7.
70.
7.
So you had 7 before you
7.
completely were like, fuck this. I'm out. Like, I'm out of sex game. Like, I'm gonna, like, be on some different shit. 7.
In a short amount of time, like, mind you, it was literally like a week.
Okay.
Where I already had lesions, like, I already experienced my lesions and everything. Like, I didn't know what it was. I was still testing negative for herpes and everything. The lesions already presented themselves prior to me having sex with these people.
So you said 7 different bodies in 1 week, right?
By the way, you know what
7
I call
bodies in 1
OnlyFans
week?
a hustle for most people is that, put it like this, right? And, you know, I
Fucking
don't
a nigga every
but I
day.
could, you know, I always popularize. But still,
Fucking a
I
nigga
imagine
every
you said, you know,
day.
you're taking care of your family. Like, this is like a career, right? I feel like a lot of people don't treat OnlyFans like even the low-level porn star treats porn. For example, and the reason why I was saying about OnlyFans women is that if I know having sex with other male creators, right, is my job, I wouldn't jeopardize this to go outside that circle to fuck random people, fly out here, go fuck this rapper, this and third, knowing that, like, look what happened to you. I'm not saying obviously that happened. I'm saying James not a creator, but it could just end your whole shit, or not end your whole shit, but like just kind of change the trajectory of your life. And I think those people, and I'm maybe speaking about Gucci, I'm pretty sure he was just slaying cock everywhere. Like, I'm pretty sure if he does have it, he didn't contract it from maybe a female creator. He maybe called a chick on South Beach and just dicked her down and got it. He was probably fucking every chick raw. You get what I'm saying? And that's the hustle part. If, you know, when, you know, I know a lot of sex workers, you know, that are on OnlyFans that they don't want to do like some cognitive dissonance in terms of how they look at OnlyFans, and because of that, there's a breakdown where you don't take it as serious, or you don't think that you need to have these necessary safeguards to make sure such a thing that we're talking about today doesn't happen. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, again, I do think this is very important because I hope the industry acknowledges this and like makes necessary changes. Because like I look at you, you're 20 years old, and you basically say your trajectory of your life. Like you literally say you almost regret it, right? Like, you know, obviously not regret making money, but you regret, you know, these circumstances that led to this moment, right?
Well, that's part of life. And look, the person you are today is you had to have gone through what you have gone through, and you've learned a lot. And I think that's good. I think everything happens for a reason, right? So you pick up the Bible, and now you're understanding what you got to do now and all this stuff. So I think you've learned a lot, and maybe this is the correct path for you. You know,
your future romantic partner. How would you? I know you're very young. You're probably not there yet. But and maybe you haven't even thought about this. But like, how would you explain this to your future romantic partner of how you came to this point, right? Like, you know that person's probably gonna love you, but they're probably gonna want to understand the decisions that led you to that point, and then the fact that they'll be, you know, they're gonna have to cope with the fact that you have herpes. Like, have you thought about that or no?
I have thought about it, and I, like you said, my future partner is gonna love me regardless of my past. And I honestly,
facts.
I don't want to overthink about it, because I know that real love isn't based on what has happened before, what will happen later. It's about how you guys feel right now, how you guys are compatible, and everything like that. And I want everybody, even if you're not HSV, regardless if you had a whole phase or not, remember that, like, somebody is going to love you regardless of what happened to you. Like, it doesn't matter. especially to them, especially to that person that is really meant to love you. But I wanted to ask something, actually, because like, if like he was getting tested, right, every week, like he said that he was.
I think it's every
Every 2 weeks. Why
They're doing it live
can't
on
we
stream
see
tomorrow.
a test result today? Why do we have to wait until tomorrow? If he already has a negative result from recently, why can't he post it today? Why can't he show us, like, for sure?
Well, great question, and I'm gonna give the answer that my understanding gave me, and then you could tell me because you're in that business. It felt like he was agreeing with me when I said that most standard testing panels does not include a blood test for HSV2. You can tell me if standard panels for the adult entertainment industry included. I guess he was saying, yeah, the majority of people don't get tested for it. So I guess he has to go out of his way and to request a test for it, and that's how we could get it, right? Does that make sense?
I mean, but I know that.
That don't make sense if he say he already got tested for it.
I'm not trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here, right? I don't, but tomorrow he is coming on.
I think that boy guilty. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely think he's guilty. Like, you know what I mean? I think he's capping a little bit too much, but I think he's trying to do one of those things to say, she ain't catch it from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what he's trying to do. How much would an apology mean to you? Like, if he was saying, hey, listen, I apologize.
She said that sound dumb. She said that apology shit don't mean nothing.
Hey, I apologize for my unsafe practices while having sex with you. Would that mean anything
crazy?
Of course, I would appreciate it. I feel like any victim of any kind of assault would appreciate.
That's what they saying.
A direct apology from the predator that did it to them.
And they said he gonna try to be like, yeah, she caught it, but she ain't caught it from me, like type shit. That's what Ad said. He said he think he guilty, but he said that's what the vibe that Gucci gave him.
What if he were to want to be like, all right, look, I'm in your city, let's meet up, let's link, and I wanna meet face to face and apologize to your face. Does that mean anything?
I will never, ever intentionally link up with that man. Ever in my life. Only because of what has happened with us, behind closed doors.
Right. I get that.
No.
I know you don't want to talk about other women, but like, so when I watched the video of the tattoo, there was another woman who got his name tatted as well. Do you believe she's contracted? I know you don't want to speak about, other people, but do you believe that she is contracted that virus as well? Because clearly that's during the same period where clearly you all were having sex, or he had sex with you and probably her. I'm taking it from your body language, you probably think she did.
Well, I said this on Twitter. I feel like it's very disrespectful to assume somebody else's STD status, considering that he did have an outbreak while he was fucking me and her. Hey, context clues.
Do that.
But I mean,
yeah, they saying that because she don't want to speak on the girl name who they had a threesome with, but he had an outbreak while they had the threesome.
100% a possibility that could happen.
She ain't trying to speak on it.
But there's like,
if it's a video, we can. Somebody gotta have the video. If it's a video.
A week before, because they literally, that was one of the conversations that we had, was that they were having sex a week before I even fucked them yet. So, and it takes a while for sores like that to heal up to the way that it did. So, she could have had that shit.
How?
I don't know.
How are you going about treating your herpes?
I'm on medication. On top of that, I am very conscious of what I put in my body. Whenever you do have herpes, you have to stay away from things like rice, bread, complex carbs, taking lysine every day. And if anybody that has herpes, lysine, 1,000 milligrams of lysine a day will help balance the arginine and lysine in your system. Arginine is what causes an outbreak, so just stay away from that. That's complex carbs, that's cocoa, that's alcohol, that's tobacco, that's like unhealthy things for your body, basically. If there's high arginine levels in your body, you're going to have an outbreak.
Chat for everybody, thank you. Anyone live chat that has herpes or knows of herpes, thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Of course.
Again, being very serious here. before I even knew, actually, I knew
that
you were
cracker
coming
ain't
on here.
funny than
And I
a
hit up
bitch.
Aiden specifically. I said, make sure I'm on to speak to Gucci or whatever. But I learned going on your Twitter, and there was another person who retweeted. I promise you, I learned so much about it.
Once you break the ice, boy, it's over.
It made me a little bit more prepared to ask some of the questions. And hopefully, people who are watching, obviously, you're probably not coming to me and Aiden like your doctor, but hopefully you learn something. I wonder what you are going to do in terms of, or if you even feel the need to do anything in educating, because when people hear that, that is kind of like the new HIV. Like, people are like, what? But once I heard a lot of education, okay, the percentage of transmission during this time is this, blah, 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 blah. Like, when I learned a lot more, and it made me a lot less ignorant, and I probably would have had a very ignorant conversation without knowing that. Do you feel like it's your job to kind of like help the masses kind of realize what this is?
Yes, 110%. I full-heartedly want to become an advocate for herpes. I want to be somebody that people can ask about herpes. I think that, especially now, exposing myself to the world, I feel like it's a definite door opening to being a person that can help everybody first get past this narrative and stigma that anybody with herpes is literally just dirty. That word dirty triggers me because you can still be clean and have herpes. But yes, I definitely think that my career is more leaning towards being an advocate more than a porn star or an OnlyFans model, because even OnlyFans models, I know a ton of OnlyFans models, bright women, smart women, creative women, talented women, and they just decided to do porn, so nobody takes them serious sometimes. So it's like, I definitely think that I'm going to switch over to that and show that I learned from my situation, and everybody can learn from my situation as well.
What did your parents think about the diagnosis? Like, I would imagine if I'm your father and I hear that, I might want to catch a body, a homie. You get what I mean? Like what was the moments of you, even telling your parents? I'm guessing you probably went to them before the internet. Did they embrace you? Did they, I don't know if they were in tune with your decision to become a OnlyFans creator. Did they hit you with the, well, I told you so, or were they, sympathetic? You tell me.
Oh, I don't really talk to my dad for personal reasons. As far as my mother goes, supportive since day one. She's really the reason why I'm still here today, because anybody that...
Why are you guys saying of course?
Suicidal tendencies that come after. So she has been my number one supporter. Even before I caught HSV, it didn't matter what I was going through, she was there to support me. So I definitely can say that my mom has been there. She didn't want me to do OS, she didn't want me to do porn. But she also wasn't going to shame me. She did not say, I hate you, this is not. My mom has always been like an accepting person. As far as my dad goes, he did find out that I did OnlyFans after I caught herpes, but my dad is a Caribbean man. I don't really want to him. He's probably going to find out. He doesn't really have social media.
He doesn't know?
Like, my dad doesn't know that I have herpes now. He probably found out where he's from.
What country?
Jamaica.
Oh my God. Bumbo Clot. You see the flag back there. They're not playing. Any siblings, by the way?
What this nigga at tripping, boy?
He is 18.
Hey, I read through. Again, there's a very smart woman. I think she's a woman. I don't know if it was. Who again retweeted a bunch. She has so many resources for people who are sex workers. I'm wondering if you tapped into some of those resources, or if you sought therapy, because again, you mentioned suicidal thoughts, and that has to, you have your whole life ahead of you, and it feels like you're dealing with understanding what this disease, or not disease, but virus is, better than you were when you probably first contracted it. Did you seek any therapy, or you just been, kind of doing it?
How long they been on here for? For 3 hours?
I've just been doing it on my own. So I did experience recently a panic attack and a mental breakdown after quite some time since.
She said she had a panic attack and a mental breakdown.
Healing is never ending. I feel like at first I thought I could really do it by myself, but after everything that's gone on the last couple of days, it kind of made me realize that it is time to go to therapy. I did go to therapy in high school before everything happened. Now, I definitely am going to seek that. I definitely think that anybody that does is experiencing something like this needs to go to therapy.
I do want to. Sorry, I don't want to butt in though. You seem like you're shining and you're glowing, and I do want to say you're not dirty for having herpes. You know what I mean? Like it's true what you're saying. And anybody that does have herpes in this chat, there's thousands of people watching. Somebody that they know that somebody, or maybe even that they have herpes. So it's awesome seeing you shine and look like you're glowing right now. And seriously, kudos to you for real. That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
And by the way, I said the same thing to Gucci3rdLeg.
Like, why did that Ice Spice?
The name sounds ridiculous. Anyway, what I said to him is that this woman coming out and saying it, people are going to act like she's a 1 in 100. I listen. You know, I got my ear tapped into the industry. And if you hear about the music industry and the women they have sex with frequently, and sometimes you'll be asking these questions, why everybody passes around some of the same women?
I
would probably say
no, sir.
The herpes rate in the industry is like 40%. That's how, again, people want to act like, oh no, this is this one girl. Man, there is like, I can name 20 Instagram models, and the same rappers keep fucking them. I'm like, well, then I hear.
Almighty J just said I have herpes live on the Kick Chat.
Oh, well.
What's crazy is, actually, one thing that actually, like, this might sound insane. And this is alleged, this is rumored. Rumored. I'm going to literally scream that it's rumored that, like, people like Diddy, crazy person to say it first, Rihanna, Jay-Z, Beyonce, all these kinds of people are rumored to have herpes. You know?
What?
Usher, all that kind of stuff. Like, some of the most successful people in the industry, some of the most successful people in just regular business have herpes, have things like HIV, have hepatitis. There's hepatitis strains that are incurable. Like, there's things that people don't know that behind closed doors.
She talking about Diddy, Rihanna, Jay-Z, all of that.
Years ago when the whole lawsuit came out with Usher, I was shocked by it, but you know he ended up settling.
Shit, Gucci a millionaire. He was making millions off this shit.
Like shit, young boy. Some of the things you mentioned, I won't say it's one of the powerful motherfucker. But again, I don't know if maybe it's an industry thing versus the rest of the regular world. But I think people, because you were vocal about it, and you're coming out to say, I have it, they're going to make it like you're the 1 out of 100, you're the 1%, when you're probably, it's at least 30%. I know I said 40, but it's at least 30%. So think about every celebrity, or especially the music business, 1 out of 3. Like, come on.
Word on the street is saying that 6ix9ine gave it to you.
Yo, how you gonna turn a serious topic? We are having so much awareness right now. You better clear up Almighty J's name, man.
No, Jay said it to me.
Oh, you got it.
No, Jay in my chat said I have herpes.
So you said you have it, or
no? Like I as in him, he said it.
Oh, okay. All right, well, everybody say true. Would you do a scene with him?
Who?
Jay, Almighty Jay.
Respectfully, and that's something I wanted to touch on. Respectfully, I understand that a lot of people may relate to me and have herpes as well. I appreciate the I appreciate the offers, but I am not looking for somebody to create content with, and just because you have herpes, I love that you offered. Thank you so much. But I will not collab with you just because you have herpes.
That's crazy. Herpes on herpes.
My soulmates could have herpes as well. Hey, I have no fucking clue. But I'm not going to trauma bond somebody just because they have herpes.
Question: is your baby? When you plan to have a kid one day, is there a way to protect your child from having herpes?
C-sections or being on medication whenever you're going through a birth. And if you don't have an outbreak, even if you're not medicated, there's a possibility that you can have a smooth birth without having any complications.
Got it.
But I do want to ask you guys, whenever he comes on here tomorrow, please ask him to log into that portal. Like, if fucker was scrolling down the website, fuck that. You can fake whatever the fuck. Right? Have him log in. Because he ain't logging his shit. He really didn't really show much shit that's really...
Okay. Well, look, tomorrow will you be active as well to hop on?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Most likely.
Cool.
How tomorrow's gonna go. Listen.
And also said that if he shot 4 scenes, he shot 5. So just fact checking. I can be sure we're back.
And by the way, I how tomorrow's gonna go. No. The fuck no. Yo, I think tomorrow. Listen, there's no way he's hopping on here to show anything but a negative test. Like, come on, what type of idiot would do that, right? So he's gonna show a negative test, right? It's just how he's gonna show a negative test. Like, nobody's gonna come on here like, all right, Adin, thank you for giving me the platform to announce. What the fuck?
I heard he's HSV2.
So it's
he's
either
gonna
he's
show
not
a
gonna
negative
come
test
on,
though.
or if he comes on, it's definitely gonna be negative. And then it's just whether you believe the validity of whatever negative you see. Did he finesse it? Is it a legit test? And I think, the story will be told, right?
Okay, well, look, let's continue this tomorrow, part 2 tomorrow. I do want to say thank you so much for coming on, and then we'll hopefully see you tomorrow, and we'll see where we're at with everything.
Thank you for having me. You guys are great. I love this. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye.
Stay on real quick. I gotta tomorrow, 100%, you're not wrong. He's gonna come up with a negative test. We just gotta see if that test is real.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm trying to, like, do a little bit of research on how people, like, fake the test. Because, come on now. First of all, my boy Nigerian. Come on, man. Yo, you think a Nigerian coming on here to disgrace the whole country with a positive test, bro? Are you crazy?
But these boys out here playing, bro.
Negative or positive?
I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. This is my gut feeling. And again, I'm still gonna be very neutral because I don't want to just say, oh, blah blah blah. But I think Homeboy got it. I think he got it. I think he was probably being arrogant. Like, again, I'm reading these cues that are just like mad in the open. He's spitting in girls' mouths. He's going on podcasts saying he's fucked 3,000 girls. I see girls that have talked about they couldn't wait to collab with him. And it's a power dynamic, right? Like, yo, you're going to question me about my results when you're even lucky to be... Yo, the chick was 19. Like, by the way, I know 44 is still a lot of bodies, but, bro, he's probably looking at her like, yo, if your revenue was $8K a month before... I fuck you, it's gonna jump up to 15. So I definitely could see her. I definitely see him being so arrogant that he think it could be hidden, right?
Yeah. I do want to touch base on one thing. A lot of girls nowadays at the age of 19 and 20 have a lot of bodies. So that means, and you're not wrong, industry girls and just college girls, pretty much every girl in America. The average American girl nowadays has a lot of fucking bodies. I don't know because of my generation, I don't know what it is at, but a lot of this generation.
Yo, let me tell you, sports fucking has never been this popular. I mean, pop culture is pushing it. You have, it's coming through the music, it's coming through the culture. And again, as men get more sexually active, younger, who are they getting sexually active with? Also, here's the thing, I think because, beauty is also becoming so much more common among women, and maybe like people have just read into just more attractive women, or women just know how to, figure out how to get more beautiful. They're getting targeted by guys like, not saying you, but like people that ask for shit.
No, I understand what you're saying.
And sex has become like this commodity. That's like, it's like a door opener for them, right? Yo, like back in the day, you hear a guy really pursue a girl and not get anywhere, like, could you imagine a girl coming around you like, yo, you gotta wait 2 months for it? Get the fuck out of here. 20 times better than you, who sucked your dick first 5 minutes, and, what she said was so alarming to me. She said, I finally learned to respect myself afterwards.
After she got her herpes, yeah.
If I had a daughter, I'm clipping that and playing it for her 3,000 times. Because I think,
yeah.